All right, everyone. Thanks and welcome back to the channel. This video is not going to be a coding tutorial, walkthrough, or anything. I'm just trying to give you all an update on where I am with my book. So as you can see, my book is called Build a VueJS App with Ionic Framework, SQLite And Capacitor. In this specific book, I'm using a SQLite Capacitor plugin to kind of walk you through building a mobile solution using Ionic Framework, Capacitor. I'm also going to show you how to deploy that solution on iOS and Android. All the source code will be provided. I am kind of breaking the source code out into separate sections. So at the end of every chapter, there'll be a full listing of all the source codes. You can kind of step through the application as you want, piece by piece. I'm just going to show you, this is a early draft of the book. As you can see, I'm already at 122 pages. I have a couple of other chapters that I want to kind of complete. I suspect the complete book will be over 200 pages of me walking you through building this solution along with all the source code so that you can duplicate it yourself. If we take a look down here, just to give you a flavor for kind of what's in the book, we have the basic intro, the what are you building, where I'm kind of describing the application with some diagrams. I show you how to get the application started up. And then this hello world and more. Basically what I'm doing is before we dig into your specific application, I'm walking you through the basic steps of setting up a page, creating a button on a page with Ionic components, adding icons, doing click event handling. It's not like a full Vue.js overview, but it's enough of a Vue.js overview, really focused on seeing how Vue.js and Ionic interact. There are a couple of quirks around it, and I'm trying to cover those early on so you can get a quick win before we dig into the deeper stuff. The next chapter, getting started with the data service. I'm back and forth on should we start with the data service or should we start with the UI? That's kind of why I added in this hello world and more section so that you do a little bit of coding first to get a kind of basically get your legs before we get into the data service. So the data service is how I'm separating out the interaction with the database from the UI. So what we are not going to do is we're not going to make calls directly from the UI directly to the plugin to write to the database. I always like to put a service layer in between, and that's what the data service is. And so the data service, by the time you're done with that, we'll be able to read, write, and update the database using SQLite. And then we'll have the API entry points that we're going to use in the application. And so that's what we're doing down here with using the service in the application. And as you can see, here's where we start to lay out the page a little bit more. We talk about how we're going to render a list of contacts, and then we kind of show you how we're going to integrate all the different methods into the UI for adding, deleting, and updating. Then we try to kind of add a little bit more of a professional look and feel to the application. And we do that by adding Ion Toast for information updates. We add alerts for messages and confirmations, kind of show you a pattern that I like to use. We add the Ion loading at the app startup and the sliding item to allow you to slide and update and delete the items and things of that nature. Then moving on, we kind of go a little bit deeper into live reload and debugging your app on iOS and Android. And then we have all, as you can see, all the full source code. I'm still in the process of adding a little bit more user interface stuff. I think that dealing with forms are critical, so I'll probably add a section where we update the basic form to actually do form validation, because I think that's critical. And then I might add another page or two so you can see how navigation works. Right now, everything's happening in one page. I think form validation, working with forms, and page navigation are critical points that should be added to the book. This came to me after I took a couple of days off and I kind of stepped back and went back into it and saw some holes. I'm trying to figure out how to use with Lean Pub, which is what we have over here, which is the website for the book, which actually I have the domain Ionic, what is it called? Ionic Vue Book. So if you just go to ionicvuebook.com, you can get all this information. It'll take you to this page. You can sign up to get notified about the book. I want to release a couple of the chapters and also get folks to take a look at the table of contents to see if it's something that makes sense to them. So that's really all I wanted to cover in this video. Like I said, it's just a short video to let you guys know the progress I'm making on the book. and to get some feedback from you. Once again, you can go to www.ionicvuebook.com. It will bring you to this page here. It'll give you additional information on the book. Please sign up for the book. Please give me some idea what you think is a valid price for the book. Your feedback is important to me. The only way this can be a successful book is if it meets the needs of the community. I appreciate your time. Once again, this is Aaron K. Saunders. Thanks for stopping by. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Probably will post another technical video over the weekend or by Monday morning. So thanks everyone for stopping by, and enjoy your weekend. Bye now.